Good evening. My name is Melissa Inferna, and it is my honor and privilege to be able to share my story with all of you. Every April, I would faithfully have my annual mammography. So in April of 2018, I go for my mammo, and everything seemed normal. But once again, like every year, I was told I had dense breast. Fast forward to October 28th, 2018, the bell had just rang, my students had just left my classroom, and I felt something and it didn't feel right. I immediately called my gynecologist and she said, come right in. I called my secretary, told her I needed to take a half day and get a sub to cover all of my classes. Oh, by the way, did I mention I was a high school business education teacher? That's why I'm here tonight, because my former student, Haley Dengler, your sorority sister, asked me to speak tonight, and I wanted to take this time to thank her. It really means a lot to share my story with all of you. Thank you, Haley. So let me get back to my story. I go to my OBGYN. She does an exam. She said she didn't think anything of it and that my mammo in April was good. I told her that I think we need to do an ultrasound. She said, I'll try to get the insurance to approve it, but because I just had a mammo in April, she wasn't sure that the insurance company would be able to approve it. And I told her, do whatever you need to do, get this approved. So it took 2 weeks. Before I was taken in for the ultrasound, they actually did another mammo. The mammo showed nothing once again, so I was a bit relieved. I go in for the actual ultrasound, and the ultrasound tech was so nice and very caring. But I knew something was wrong because she asked me to relax and take a deep breath, that she would be right back. She was bringing in the radiologist. The radiologist comes in, and he asked me to show him where I felt the lump. I showed him, and he said, we do see something, but it's not where you're pointing to. He said, you need to call your breast surgeon and have a biopsy done immediately. He showed me the mass on the screen. He explained to me that with dense breast, it's like trying to find a single snowflake in an inch of snow. He also told me to spread awareness, that mammograms do not show everything. And if you're ever told you have dense breasts, to go and get an ultrasound. I sat in the parking lot crying hysterically, and just like that, my life was turned upside down. I raced home. I called my gynecologist, and she recommended a local breast surgeon. I called the breast surgeon, made the appointment, and they couldn't see me until the following week. I went for the biopsy. They told me I would have the results before Thanksgiving. The doctor's office called the Tuesday before Thanksgiving and told me that my results would come in after Thanksgiving, that the lab was running behind because of the holiday. Deep down, I wanted to believe that it was not breast cancer, but in my heart, I knew it was, especially because they weren't giving me the results before Thanksgiving. I thought, they don't want to ruin my holiday. So on November 23rd, Black Friday, my telephone rang at 6:30 in the middle of dinner, and the local breast surgeon told me that I had breast cancer. He told me to call the office Monday to make an appointment, and he would go over the next steps. My husband and my parents took me to that appointment. I had a lot of questions written down on a piece of paper, and he said, put those list of questions away. What I have to say, you are going to want to pay attention to. He explained to me I had estrogen positive, invasive mammary ductal carcinoma. His plan of action, if I listened to him, I would not be here today. We left there with the pathology report, and we all sat in the car and cried. I will tell you, his poor bedside manner saved my life. We immediately got on the phone with UPenn, and we couldn't get an appointment until December 5th. The waiting was beyond stressful, but I knew the minute this breast surgeon walked in the room from UPenn, she was going to save my life. We went over the pathology report, and she explained to me that she couldn't give me a plan of action because I needed further testing. She wanted me to have genetic testing to see if I carry the BRCA gene, which I did not. And She also wanted me to have an MRI. On December 19th, I met with her again to go over the results. Her recommendation was clear. She showed me the statistics and what my outcome would be. She showed me if I would have listened to the first breast surgeon, the local surgeon, I would not make it to 5 years. She recommended I have a double mastectomy, and she wouldn't know if I would need chemotherapy until after my surgery, when the biopsies of my breast tissue was complete. So on January 19th of 2019, I finally had my double mastectomy. That was another traumatic day for me. We found out after surgery that the cancer had spread to my sentinel node. My surgeon took an additional 4 lymph nodes from my armpit, and the margins were all clear, so it only had traveled to that first lymph node. On my follow-up post-op appointment, we had another surprise. She was now recommending chemotherapy. There were so many factors that went into this recommendation. Breast cancer is not a one-size-fits-all. Every patient has a different circumstance, and that's why the treatment plan is tailored differently for everyone. I was devastated to hear the news that I would need chemotherapy, that I would be losing my hair, and I would be feeling sick. But I got through that too. And as you can see, my hair grew back. That is my story, and I'm thankful for my team of doctors, my family, and my faith. It is what carried me through. This diagnosis made me realize that I needed to regain control of my health and get my life back on track. I needed to focus on me, and I realized that I couldn't take care of anybody else until I started to take care of myself. Today, I stand before you in this room filled with beautiful women, telling you to take care of yourself. Learn to eat whole foods, learn to exercise, learn to move your body, do yoga, journal, meditate, do things for you. In closing, 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. Learn how your body feels. Give yourself self-examinations. Go for your scheduled mammograms. And remember, if the doctor ever tells you you have dense breasts, advocate for yourself and ask for an ultrasound. And if you're not comfortable with a doctor's bedside manner, go with your instinct and seek other opinions. I'm blessed to stand before you as a 6-year breast cancer survivor. Thank you. Thank you for listening to my story. Thank you for having me. I wish all of you so much success and good health. Now help empower other women by sharing my story. Thank you.